Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Vamp Gamer here, and we're about to do another trash taste reaction with your boy reacting. So I said that I was gonna make 2 more videos, but I've decided to make one because there's no more interesting topics to talk about. So let's get it.
My first question to you guys is like, what made you decide to move to Japan in the first place? Because you've been here for how many years now?
I've been here 4 years now.
Yeah, I guess for you it's more obvious though.
I mean, yeah, because I've spent like half my life here, and I have family up north and in Tokyo. At least with me, like, I'm pretty sure I've said this in videos before, but like, I was gonna move to Japan after I graduated from uni anyway, because
So the reason why I'm here was to start a new life because of all the past crimes I committed in America, and my crimes were very, very harsh. Of course, I'm a bad person. I'm not anymore, but I mean, a lot of war crimes that I have committed against America, and most people don't want to admit the stuff they've done bad, but I'm really sorry for the things I've done to America. So I met this woman in New York who just so happened to be Japanese, and she got pregnant, and I decided to stop being a war criminal and decided to settle down. So, you know, I decided to raise my daughter without any of my past bad deeds. Try to make her a good person. Hopefully she will be, and she'll accept that daddy was that way before, but he's not that way anymore. So, you know, I've gotten a fresh start in Japan, even though I'm a vampire, and Japan knows about the past that I've done. I've done good for myself. They forgive me, so I'm happy for that. You know, but yeah, that's the reason why I'm in Japan, and I plan to stay here unless someone tries to kill me. But yeah, that's it.
I think this was like back when I had maybe like 20k 30k subs, so I wasn't doing it full time at all. I was in like my second year of university, and I was interning at like a Japanese like IT company, which I believe is now like defunct. Like, it doesn't exist anymore, I don't think. So glad that internship never went through. But yeah, so I was gonna move to Japan anyway, because like it just makes sense for me because I'm fluent in both English and Japanese, which is such a huge plus here. Like, if you know both languages, like,
if it wasn't for my wife, my translator, I wouldn't be able to stay here. It's not easy. You know, but I'm working on my Japanese. I hope I can get better. I'll keep on trying. As the Japanese say, "Ganbatte ne."
you can pretty much get a job anywhere.
We'll get to that.
Yeah,
we'll get to that.
And like, no one in Australia gives a shit if you can speak Japanese. Like,
yeah, exactly. Right.
Like, my dad works at like a Japanese IT company for like 30 years. He can't speak a word of Japanese.
Yeah.
It's because no one in the office can speak Japanese, right? But here, it's like, if you can speak English, you can do business with anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
In or out of Japan. So it just was like a natural process for me to like, okay, I get my paper, I work at like some fucking IT company in Japan, and then we're all good. So
yeah, it's funny because I reckon one of the few industries where Japanese can be super important is anime and manga, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you maxed out your luck there.
Yeah, exactly. So like, either way, like it was just a natural like path for me to like move here.
Yeah.
But you know, instead of doing that desk job that I had set my plans on, YouTube for me blew up like in my 3rd year of uni when I graduated. So I was just like, all right, I'll
guess I'll do this.
Guess I'll do YouTube for as long as I can, and then
you're still doing it.
I'm still doing it. Somehow I'm still doing it. I know, it's crazy. The story of, or I guess like the original plan that was brought up to you guys about moving here was like a year ago.
Yeah, because I wanted to move here for a while. I remember like since we first met each other and since my first trip to Japan.
I had no intention of like leaving New York. I wanted to stay, but if I didn't meet my wife and she didn't want to go back to Japan to have the baby here, then I wouldn't have been here. I would have stayed in America, and America would have made me a prisoner. You know, but moving, I fled the country, you know, to start a better life. So moving to Japan has changed my life, you know. I see the good here. I plan to stay here as long as I can.
And I was like, I could really see myself living here. This is not like the typical weeb kind of fantasy. I actually never had that. You know, I was I remember back in the day when it was like mid 2000s. The weeaboo dream was to live in Japan and, you know,
work in the anime industry.
It was just like a fucking dream that nobody had ever proven, or, you know. So it was just that weeb dream. But I never really wanted that. I was like, you know, I'm happy with a normal career. I'd never really fantasized about going to Japan. But I remember the first time I came here, it was so eye-opening for me, because it was like, you know that feeling when you're like, man, this country just works in a lot of ways, and it's to do with my job. So I'm like, this could be a really good opportunity for me.
Yeah. I definitely felt the same thing with how I thought about Japan.
Yeah.
I couldn't have cared less about living here. And I thought people who were learning the language at the time, you know, I was like 15, 14. I was like, that's kind of cringe, bro. Yeah. But like now that, you know, I've actually started to learn it.
I regret it so much.
I regret that, like, I didn't learn any, because I could have been like a few months ahead at least, right, of learning the language.
I wish I was more weeaboo.
Yeah,
like now that the weeaboo...
I wish I started learning Japanese like the year before I moved here, but that's life. Like, I had other shit to deal with.
Now that the cringy weeaboo phase is over, I wish I was that cringy weeaboo.
And I wish I would have also started learning about 3 years ago, because I've been here for 5 years, so instead of the 2 years ago, you know. But that's life, right? It's life. Life goes on. Nintendo, don't copy strike me for Mario, okay? I know how Nintendo is with their shit in videos.
Because that would give me so much more of an advantage now that I'm here in Japan.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You know, and a part of me, I remember when I used to think that way. Like, anyone who's learning it, it's just like, wow, it's so sad. You're never like actually going to learn it. But like, to be fair, if you're learning anything, you know, any other kind of language, especially if you only speak one, I think that's like good on you. Like, better yourself, you know, like, who gives a shit. And I really regret that I thought that everyone who's learning Japanese because of anime is pathetic. Like, but then again, I was like an edgy teenager, right? And we all think that. And yeah, like you said, I had no intention or want to live here. I was pretty content in the UK. And even when I visited here, I thought, wow, this is an amazing place to come visit, right? But I don't think I was still sold yet on moving here, because I think, I don't know about you guys, but I really like need friends. And I was
okay, so
like,
I need that social interaction.
I'm not speaking for every weeb.
I don't need friends. I mean, I've been alone all my life. I've only had like one friend, and we would see each other once a week, so it doesn't bother me.
But I do need like to have friends that I like see often. Otherwise, like, I really get like upset. Like,
you're like the antithesis of every weeb.
Yeah, like I need to socialize. Or
so my final thoughts on Trash Taste is, I mean, it's not bad. Like, I enjoy these conversations, because like a lot of American people like can't relate because they've never been to Japan, and you get like people that have lived here, like their thoughts on living here, and a lot of people can relate to that, because, you know, like, they understand what they're trying to say. Like, it's like this or it's like that. You know, my final thoughts are if you want to learn about Japan, like, definitely watch Trash Taste, or you want to hear what they have to say about it, definitely watch Trash Taste. Like, I recommend Trash Taste if you want to know more about Japanese culture and also hear the funny things about Japanese culture. But, you know, I said that I was going to make 2 videos, but this is going to be the last one. Thank you so much, Trash Taste, for not, like, flagging me. And watch more Trash Taste. And I'll keep watching more Trash Taste to see what's up with them. Alright. They remind me of the friends I used to have when I was in high school. Like, I speak to them sometimes. It depends. The time difference affects our conversations, but alright. See you guys.